My name is Benny Rietveld.
Hi, my name is Carl Wakeland.
Hi, I'm Alan Wan.
My name is Noel Okimoto.
My name is Fred Schroeders. I went to Kaiser High School, 74 graduate.
I graduated from Mililani High School.
I graduated from McKinley High School in and
Graduated from McKinley High School.
76 grad from McKinley High School.
I play the bass.
I play the drums and sometimes the vibraphone.
And I play the saxophone.
I play guitar.
And I play keyboards for Topaz.
The Topaz journey began when me and my cousin Fred Schroeders, the guitar player, we discovered this other drummer that was going to my high school, McKinley, Noel Okimoto.
One day I was practicing and he walked into the practice room and closed the door behind him and kind of stood there until I stopped, and then kind of looked at him like, "What are you doing here?" And he looked at me and he said, "You like jam with me and my cousin." And his cousin, the cousin he was referring to is Fred Schroeders, who is a guitarist.
I was playing with Benny. He was like 14, I was 16 or 17, and we heard of this kid, Noel Okimoto, who played at McKinley, and we went to see him. Amazing player.
I just walked in the McKinley band room and I see this drummer playing like, you know, unreal, like Buddy Rich, and I'm like, oh my God, that guy's 16, he's just playing like a madman, you know, it's incredible. Well, that can't be the drummer that I'm going to be jamming with, you know, but then it turned out that it was.
And also, Alan Wan was at McKinley too, and we played together in band, so that's how I knew Alan.
Noel and I think we were in biology class, and it was the last that we used to kid each other all the time, like just constantly razz each other. And so he said to me, he said, "Hey man, have you ever heard of Bird?" I went, "Who?" He meant Charlie Parker. I said, "No, I don't know who that is." He said, "Well, man, you got to come over to my house." He said, "There's a great place that has shoyu chicken, so we'll stop there and eat, and then we'll go to my house and I'll play some Charlie Parker records." I said, "Okay." You know, it was a half day and I didn't have any other plans, so I did. And that was the opening of really like another world for me.
He wasn't initially part of Topaz, but as we started having jam sessions and rehearsals at the band room, he started participating, and he got really interested in playing jazz, and so he became part of the group.
We realized that we all listened to the same kind of music, and we all liked it, and we all could actually play it, that was the unusual part. So that was the bonding experience, and we said, let's get together and make a band.
The band actually wasn't together really long, you know. I mean, I would say maybe a little over a year, you know, where we were all together.
I started playing with him, and then I just started getting sessions, and I started playing with different bands, and your name gets known around the circuit.
When I got to New York, being an orchestral saxophonist, a lot of people didn't know that I actually had this other life. I could actually play commercial music to a certain extent. So when I got hired to play in big bands or play in combo work, they were surprised that I knew as much as I knew, because I was relatively young. I think I was 20 years old at the time.
You know, so I mean, after the sort of the Topaz band, you know, some of the folks went to the mainland, and so, you know, but we continued, Benny, Nolan, and myself continued with Gabe Baltazar in the Cavalier, you know, and that was a great connection. And through that, you know, we met lots of other, you know, famous musicians and played with them and just got to experience, you know, music at a really high level for a time. It was just an incredible music education, you know. And I was also taking piano at the University of Hawaii with Peter Corraggio. So I was studying classical music and playing jazz, and you know, it was really intense.
I played in rock bands and funk bands and country western bands and jazz bands. So it kind of grew from there, you know.
Playing with Topaz really helped me. It really prepared me, gave me a really great base for, you know, exploring other kinds of work and doing other kinds of work. I didn't come in totally unprepared.
It's amazing timing, you know, that we were able to get back together and play again, and a lot of it is the same. A lot of the interaction is the same, maybe a little worse. But the music's a lot better. Yeah.
So I think for young players, you know, to come in humble, to come in open-minded, open-hearted.
Play a lot with really good people. Play with better people if you can, better than yourself, so you get your ass kicked all the time. Because even though it's uncomfortable, it really makes you really good.
I don't take the music for granted. I learn my part. That's what you have to do. For young musicians that are aspiring now, that's what they got to do. Learn your song, you know, learn the music, learn the melodies, you know.
Make your practice time very efficient and diligent, and get it down cold.
And show up for everything. Show up mentally, physically, emotionally, you know, and just always come out.
And be a professional, act like a professional.
Just be a good person, you know. Don't be don't be an ass, you know.
And you'll make the connections, you know. It's just one thing leads to another. You know, you can't expect it to happen all at once. You know?
If you're going to make a career at it, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to earn income. You're going to have to make money doing it.
If you can make your rent and you're a musician, you're already successful. You don't have to have a house in Malibu and a Porsche. All those guys have it like that, but many musicians just live day to day like everybody else. The only thing is, on the weekend they're on stage. So I can make anywhere from $50 on a gig, or I can make $3,000 on one gig, an hour. And it's happened. You know, most I've made was like $5,000 on one gig. It's like 1 hour of work. Where can you get that?
If you're serious about it, and there's going to be an absolute love and passion, almost an obsession for it.
And be willing to work hard and know that this is not instant gratification. You can't pick up your smartphone and find all the answers. you got to work for it, you know.
And this is Lily Lou. This is Rocket Dog.
She has a song. She has her own song.
Yeah, she has a song called Rocket Dog, and it's on the new Topaz record. Yeah, and so this is Rocket Dog.